Hi, welcome to Growing Home Acres. My name is Sarah. Hold on, let me try and hold this better. So if you have been watching, or if you've been watching, you saw the two houses delivered. If you haven't been watching and this is your first time tuning in, go watch those last two videos of our two tiny houses delivered that we are putting together. So what has happened since then is our well, what am I trying to say? The well company was like way behind and we weren't supposed to get a well for a very long time. And then they called us very early and we're like, we've been having trouble with our drill rig. I think that's what it's called. And you are the closest well to be dug to us. So we're going to move you up. That way, if we have problems, we're close to our shop and where we need to be. So that was really cool, except we weren't quite ready for them. But we were not able to record them drilling the well. They did have to go down 420 feet, a lot further than we were hoping. So let me show that, and then let me show you the other stuff that's been going on. So here is the well cap. And they had to go down 420 feet. They'd put whatever piping and lining in there, or casing and lining in there, and you can actually see all the gravel that also came out with it. We're going to try and scoop that up and push it somewhere. Maybe we'll shove it with this pile that's over there. Although that pile of dirt that was left over from when they were leveling the land, we might be able to sift that and use it for something. So we'll have to actually see. It
actually has to be moved because we got to put a septic over there.
So that was my dad talking. If you heard that, he said that pile has to be moved because we have to put a septic over there. But you can see we have a lot of nice weeds growing. And then husband, you can see all the straw he had tried to seed. And then you can see how well when the woman is involved in it, how nice that yard looks right there. So over there is where I did it. Over here is where my husband did it. Now, in all fairness, where my husband did it, there's been time in between the two. So maybe his will get better. But he just left chunks of hay right there, not broken down, just... I don't know. It was very hot out the day he was doing it. And then over here where it really hasn't been done, we've got some nice weeds growing. But the big progress on the house, and you will see after my little conversation here and letting you guys know, we have video of my dad and husband doing this, but the two buildings were connected. So they connected it with a mudroom, and we bought roof that matched identical and trusses from the shed company itself. They built us trusses, so we were able to match exactly the trusses and cut into the building roof. But you will see that in the videos coming up after this. So here we go. Watch the roof and the addition being taken care of.
So we finally started framing Sarah's house this morning, and as you can see, I have the first, I guess it's a ridge board, on the living room kitchen side. Apologies for the wind. The wind is howling out here today. So I'm going to get the layout in, get the joist hangers on there, and then on this side I actually have to run a line along this building into that building to get my width on my ledger board for that side. But that door has to come out. So that door is going to go into this wall over here where I'm standing, and where my tools are on the block and all that stuff. There will be a floor in there, and I will be putting joists across the floor in, and that's the laundry room, storage area, kind of catch all. It'll be 10 by 16. So that's today's project. Okay, so I'm continuing with the framing on the building here, and the issue that I've run into now, so as you can see, I have the ledger board on this side, I have the ledger board on this side, I strung a line to make sure that the building would be close to square when I put in the outside ridge board on not ridge board, floor joist on this end. Once I get this floor joist, this first one on this end, what I'll do is I'll square it. I'll run 3, 4, 5 and square and make sure that I'm square. If I'm not square, then it's a very simple pull 2 lag bolts out, move it over, square it up, and then I can continue on putting the floor in. You can see there's a chain here with a binder on it running from the long building, the 32-foot building, which is the kitchen, to the 30-foot building, which is the bedrooms. On this end, I am 117 inches and 3/4. On the other end, I'm 117 inches. When we set these buildings, we set them with a hydraulic machine, and it was impossible to get them closer than that. And I knew I was going to have to move the buildings when we started, when we finally got to start framing. This building has to be on this end where my finger's pointing. This building has to come up. I've got a hydraulic jack at the house. I'm going to bring it here in some blocks. We're going to go up with it and re-shim this building. So it's slightly downhill. Considering how I poured the concrete, I'm really happy with that. This building, once we start here, we get this floor built in the middle, then we'll start squaring and plumbing. I'm not sure if I'm even going to move this building because it is so close to being perfect. That's just a matter of throwing the level in, 6-foot level, and figuring out exactly where stuff's going. But right now, I'm going to put some pressure on this chain. I'm going to pull this building over 3/4 of an inch, and then I'll come back here and show you what I'm doing. Okay, so as you can see, the pressure's off the chain. This floor joist right here is 116 5/8 inches. That floor joist over there is 116 5/8 inches. That one's got a little bit more pressure on it than this one's got. So as I go, I'm going to make sure that everything is the same length and kind of push the bedroom building over just a little bit as I frame this floor in. Then it'll be perfectly square. And you say, oh, you're moving these buildings. What happens if a big wind comes along and moves the buildings? Once this addition is built and we start running electric and plumbing, both of these buildings and this addition are going to get framed to the ground on concrete footings. So there will be no temporary buildings after we're done with this. It will be framed in, completely solid. You'll walk up to it and go, wow, what a cool looking house. And that's what we're going for. So that's what I got going on today. I'm going to start putting some joist hangers on and continue on with the floor framing. Thank you. Okay, so we're continuing. It's the next morning. We're continuing on the framing for the connection room between the two buildings. So I'm standing inside what will be the kitchen and living room, and there'll be a pantry. So the pantry is going to come in somewhere right in here. So then this door here, it looks like it's gigantic. It's not. It's 38 inches wide. If Sarah decides to put a door in there to block off the laundry room down the road, we need room to put the door frame in, and then it'll be a 36-inch door. So this white pipe here is the electric that comes up. It's tunneled down. I got it pretty close, but I'm going to have to jog it over to get it to come up the wall. So then we've got the 2x8 floor joists in. The ledger boards are lagged into each building. And then, as you can see, there's 2x8 joist hangers. We'll get... The worst thing that'll happen once I put the subfloor down and we take the door out, that door comes out and it goes into this wall over here. The worst thing that will happen when we put the subfloor in is we'll have to shim up the underlayment slightly. And I mean, if I'm off by 1/16 of an inch. So it's a smooth transition from one room to the other room. They're calling for rain today, so we're going to try and get this floor on, and then I think we're going to, after we get the floor on, we're going to put a tarp on it, call it a day, let the rain go through. We're going to come in here, we're going to frame up this wall, and it's got to be this height, you know, so we got to match the height and frame up that wall with the door frame in it, and then our trusses are laying right there. And then we'll truss this roof, and then I have to pull the metal off of this building and as wide, so wherever the metal breaks over here, I'll pull the metal off and then dive the roof into that peak. And that's what we've got going on. So here's progress. I'm standing outside the building now. This is the wall on the road side of the building. So it's all connected together. Just has to be painted. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get the wall done on the other side of the house, and we'll start building that roof. And this is what it looks like from the other side. So that's the floor. And then that wall. And we actually put that wall up. You see I got a little handle on there. We actually put that wall up, put it on the ground, put it together, put the siding on it, the whole shot, and then stood it up. David, Sarah, and I did that. So this wall on this side will get a 36-inch man door, but that'll be tomorrow's project. So that's what we're up to. Okay, just take a little video just to show the progress for today. We got the wall on the downhill side of the house put up and moved the door from the bedroom. This will be the bedrooms right here, over here. So if we were standing in the room, I'd be standing right about where the laundry is going to go. And then that's the door outside. It's only in temporarily because I don't have anything to seal the sill in the bottom. So I got to get something for that. And then we started putting up trusses. So I've got 8 trusses up and some plywood to get the roof up. We're stopping at this point because this entire metal roof has to come off so I can run a rafter, a ridge in, and then rafters, and then cut the plywood in to go in, and that's it. So that's today's progress report.
Thank you. Oh, there's Dad right back there. Thank you so much for watching Growing Homeacres. Thank you for coming along on this journey and seeing us build our house on this raw land that we have. And I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.